Hey everybody, this is Ryan with Red Dragon Herbs. And well, first off, I'd like to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Or rather, at this point, since it's pushing 11, I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. I assume most people are probably done celebrating at this point, or if you're not, you're at least winding down. If you're not winding down, then well, it'll be Friday and not Thanksgiving here very shortly anyway. But either way, I hope you had a nice time. And now, with Thanksgiving coming to a conclusion, it means we are officially in the Christmas holiday shopping season. As you can see by the tree oh, over my shoulder here, um, it's it's the season. And now, traditionally, the holiday shopping season started on Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. But and people would wake up at 0 dark 30 and go to the mall or whatever. But it seems like these days it starts at Thanksgiving evening. So right now we are in the Christmas holiday shopping season. In fact, my wife Mary, wife slash lovely business assistant, is out doing the Black Friday thing right now, and I guess she saw some things that we can't live without, and she's out with one of her girlfriends, going around wherever. Yeah, I'm home cleaning house and I guess doing videos. So honestly, I say better her than me. I hate to be a spoil sport. I know it's fun to go do that kind of stuff sometimes, but whatever. But the point of this video is to encourage you to spend as much of your holiday shopping dollars locally as possible. And that's not necessarily just to get you to buy tea from us. Although if you do want to buy tea from us, we're more than happy to sell it to you. Makes a great gift for people that like tea, and makes a great stocking stuffer. But whatever. But when you spend your money locally, it really does a lot of good for all of us. And okay, now I know a lot of people will do some of their shopping on Amazon, and I probably will too. There's some things you just can't buy locally, and when you send your money to them, for the most part, that money is gone from the community. Maybe you can say you saved a couple of dollars or whatever, and technically you could spend those couple of dollars locally that you couldn't before. You know, I guess technically there might be some local shareholders of Amazon or something that might get like a fraction of a percent, like a millionth of a percent or something of your money coming back. But whatever. And then there's the national or international businesses with a physical presence here in Central Iowa. Target, Walmart, Bed Bath and Beyond, Best Buy, Tivana, where when you spend your money with those people, a lot of it does leave the community, but some of it does stay within the community as far as what they pay their wages. Maybe they might pay contractors locally, like say to clean the parking lot or security guys, IT guys, whatnot. And then they pay rent a lot of times on the buildings that they're in. And other fees and local taxes and so forth. But for the most part, most of the money does ultimately leave the community. But now, when you buy from a small local business, a larger portion of the profits stay locally. And now, without really getting into monetary policy or anything, when you spend the dollar doesn't go away. The dollar bounces around. They call it the velocity of money. And it's almost like a unit of energy where you can't really destroy it, but sometimes some gets a little siphoned off here and there or whatever. But so yeah, when you keep your money locally, it bounces around in our little bubble of Central Iowa. A few more times than if you would buy from these national places or send it to one of the online retailers or whatever. And So there's the economic benefit of that, of keeping your money locally. I think everybody kind of understands that to an extent, but also you're supporting people that really aren't that different from you, that live next to you, people that you know and so forth, that have a dream. Say the guy that owns the cheese shop or whatever is very passionate about cheese and wanted to put some skin in the game to sell you cheese. So they're there, and they're passionate about this kind of thing. So you get better service, a little bit more expertise, a little bit more of a commitment behind what you buy from a small local business most of the time. So you get a better product. It's more of a fair exchange than somebody that doesn't care whether you buy it or not, just maybe wants to hit their numbers or sell you something or not or whatever. And these are people that kind of strike out to go do something like that within the community. And also, when you support local businesses, it makes it possible for a wider range of products and services within our community. So if it's financially viable for somebody to do something, a lot of times they'll do it. And like I said, sometimes you get a little bit more expertise, a little more passion behind what they're doing and so forth than you might get from a national retailer or whatever. And I think most importantly, here in Central Iowa, God, there's a lot of cool things that make very good gifts for people that you can buy. We have several different like wineries in the area. Brewer, there's a lot of like craft brews and so forth. Bottles of wine, cases of beer make good gifts. Right now, I'm drinking South Cider from Jasper Winery, which to me, as a South Sider, it's very local. Although I'm not from west of Fleur as a South Sider, I'm from east of Fleur or whatever. But this is very good, and I highly recommend this. You have people that make cured meats like sausages and so forth. People that make cheese. People that make jam, salsa. All these kind of like food things like that at the farmers market. Spice mixes. We do herbal tea. I'm probably forgetting a few things too. People that make baked goods, candies, things like that. These all make really good gifts, and they're thoughtful gifts. People really appreciate that. A lot of times, these things that come locally might have a little bit of a story. You could say this is from a bottle of wine from Indianola, or this is a lady in Winterset that makes enchiladas and freezes them or whatever. Here you go. Sometimes those things go over a little bit better than say here's a sweater from a department store or something like that. Yeah, there's just lots of cool things you can get locally, and a lot of times you can kind of scale it too for what that's worth. Like say somebody that's in your $20 price range. There might be like a couple things you can buy. Somebody that's in your $50 range, you can buy like a lot of small things and put it together. Like hey, I got you this cheese and salsa and wine and tea or whatever, and there you go. Merry Christmas. And even beyond like the kind of very small businesses, like say farmers markets and so forth. There are the small brick and mortar businesses in town, and definitely patronize them as much as you can. There are so many of these people, up and down Ingersoll, the East Village area, scattered here and there in Des Moines. And don't write off like services and so forth too. Maybe you might want to give somebody like say a gift certificate on a massage. Like a personal trainer or something maybe that and then of course there's local restaurant gift certificates. There are so many good local restaurants, and Sometimes it's kind of fun to give somebody a gift certificate at a place that you think they would like that they would not normally go to. So you kind of help broaden people's horizons while you help local small businesses and ultimately yourself by helping the community at whole and so forth to do that. It gets kind of hard for kids, admittedly, but there are different like activities, I guess, and so forth that you can give gift certificates for. But yeah, just really, I encourage you to think about keeping as much of your Christmas shopping dollars locally as possible. I feel that, like, yeah, it does definitely help the community more to keep your money as local as possible, but it also opens up the door to a lot of very meaningful gifts that people really appreciate once you really start looking into it. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for listening, and I hope you all have some very happy holidays.